when you take the time to know yourself, treat yourself, and be yourself, you'll never even guess where you'll see yourself. It's like you're taking the blinders off of everything you've been programmed to be, and now you're living, loving, and learning in a world that you were meant to see. So, before I go any deeper, whether I'm on a stage in front of one person, a million people, or my mom and my dad, I love, and I mean I love, to talk to my audience. So, can I ask you guys to do me a favor? Can I ask you guys to do me a favor? So, there we go. So, when I say, what do you, I want you to say see. When I say, what do you, I want you to say see. What do you? See. What do you? See. What do you? See. What do you? See. So when I look out into this crowd right now, I see future. I see the future. Leaders, community leaders of this nation and world at large. Right now we're in an institution of higher learning. All of you are here for a reason. So there's a reason you're here, and I'm so blessed to be a part of that. Now, typically when people see me, they say, man, this dude's like 6'4", built like an NFL linebacker. He can probably beat up anybody for anything whenever he needs it. And that might be true, you're not lying. But not even I have escaped being bullied. Not even I have escaped depression. But I'm here to tell you today, I've escaped it today, and so will you. So dealing with this is a story. I like telling stories. It's like a story with Mr. Schuler or a story with Donald, whatever you want to call it. So in high school, I loved, and I mean I loved, to perform, be on stage, singing, acting, dancing, whatever you may be. Or playing football. Because growing up from a little boy, I just love to hit people. I don't know why. Like, I'm not aggressive. I'm really a nice guy, I promise. Like, it's great. I got on gold shoes. Like, it's pretty lit. So I love to do the both. Play football and be in the arts. So there's one time, one of my coaches in high school, I believe this was my junior year, he told me, he said, Donald, you're going to have to choose between performing on stage and being a football player. I want you to choose to be a football player. Because, I mean, look at you. You're ready to go. If you choose that, I'm going to put you in this position, and it's going to bode well for you. If you don't, well, the best of luck to you. So for me, growing up in a family who has been in the education realm and the entertainment realm since about 1865, I'm talking about Broadway, movies, screenplays. I said, you know, I believe that this is my purpose. I feel like this is where I should be. So why is somebody who I hold in an authoritative position telling me I have to choose between my two loves? So that was the first time I really came up against depression in a way. So therefore, I decided to do both. Because I had the strength, I had the wherewithal, I had the knowledge of myself. Despite what my teammates said, she said, man, why are you on stage? That's weird. Guys don't dance. What are you doing? And it caused me to retreat in myself and say, wow, here goes this depression thing. How am I going to beat this? How am I going to battle this? So I held true to my faith, my family, my dreams, and my goals. And I ended up not just playing football at a Division I college institution, but I acted, I sang, I dreamed, and I did all of that throughout college. So much so, I was one of very few athletes to come from my high school and actually play at the Division I level. Hard work truly pays off. So in that, I had to find myself so I could find my purpose. That brings me to a little break in the game here. How many people, by a show of hands, know what they love to do? Okay, lights are kind of bright. See it, okay, hands down. How many people, by a show of hands, would do what they love for free? Oh, okay. About the single now. Cool, hands down, thank you. So, when you know what you love is attached to your passion. What you're passionate about is linked to your purpose. Your passion and your purpose, they go hand in hand. So, I believe that we live in a microwave society that's often riddled with depression and piety. However, we need to stop putting our dreams and goals in the microwave on 2.5 minutes, taking it out and thinking that we're going to live our best lives. But just because it's done on the outside doesn't mean it's done on the inside. So, here's a situation from my parents' house. My mom was in the building, and my dad's in the building, and I love them. They told me so many different stories when I'm growing up, how to use the microwave, how to use the oven. So let's talk about the microwave real quick. Now, the microwave, you can put almost anything in that bad boy, and it comes out real smoking hot, real fast. I love chicken pot pies. As you can see, I love chicken pot pies. So, I put a chicken pot pie in the oven, or in the microwave, from the freezer, for 2 minutes, and I took it out, and everything was great. It smelled good. And then my mom said, "Son, it's not done." And I'm like, "Mom, what are you talking about? It's hot on the outside." She said, "Son, it's not done. Put your finger in the middle." So I put my finger in the middle of that super good chicken pot pie with the peas and like the crust on the outside, like it was so good. And then the inside, y'all, it was frozen. How are you going to eat frozen chicken bites, frozen peas? That's nasty. So, my mom was like, "You were rushing and you did not take the necessary steps to take care of what you were going to put inside your body." So I equate that to education. Sometimes you wake up, you don't want to go to class. For me, sometimes in college I woke up, I didn't want to go to practice. Practice starting at 4:30 a.m. I played ball for 2.5 years. My practice, to weightlifting, to class, to the library, try to take a shower, didn't take as many showers as I should, just being honest. You know, it's crazy. So that microwave society mentality is something that's almost been programmed inside of us. You put your dreams and goals on bake in the oven, like 350. So again, my mama makes the best baked macaroni and cheese. Like, it's so good. It's just so good. And I eat half the pan almost every time she makes it. Probably not the best health choice, but that's what I do. And I see her. She opens up the oven. She puts in the mac and cheese. She puts it on the necessary timer. And she walks away. And then she comes back. Then she walks away. Then she comes back. She opens up the oven, she puts the ingredients in there, she stirs it up, and it becomes the most beautiful masterpiece I've ever tasted in my life. And I equate that to working hard on your dreams and goals. Not leaving something in to burn, or not putting something in too fast so it won't be cooked all the way through. Now, that brings me to social media. Social media runs the world. I mean, hey, what you gonna do? However, there are so many people that are living life for the likes and not living life trying to figure out how to like and love themselves. So, how can you put a filter on every type of picture, on all the social media applications, and then try to figure out who you are, but you can't put a filter on your heart to try to brighten up something that's not even there in the first place? Therefore, how do we figure out how to find our purpose? How do we make sure we're not living for everybody else? Because when we do that, we take off our identity and we put it on the world shelf. It's time that we thought for ourselves. So, this brings me to 3 points I would like to talk about in this speaking presentation. The first point, identifying your skills, your goals, and your dreams. You identify them by being by yourself. Again, everyone wants to be seen. Everyone wants to be famous. Everyone wants to be rich. There's nothing wrong with that. But how you come to those great feats in your life, you take time to be by yourself, to realize the good, the bad, and the ugly, and how you can make the best of what you've been given. So, when you identify your skills, your talents, and your gifts, you write them down on a piece of paper. Make the vision plain so you can go back as a reference point and you can see it. So what you see is what you will be. You make your environment. No matter where you are, you make your environment. Point 2, go to school. It's so simple. You know, people say, you know what, Mr. Schuler, I don't want to be in school forever. I want to drop out of school and follow my dreams. Look, if that's what you choose to do, that's fine. However, there's so many options for schools. You have your traditional high school, elementary school, trade school, tech school. There's so many things that you can do. So many institutions of higher learning where you can be and you can study what you love to study. Study what you love to do. Attach your passion to your purpose so you can become all that you believe you are. So you can do all that you believe you're called to do. Within that, you have to study to show yourself approved. It's almost like if, I was a football player, obviously, and if I asked to be in the game and I didn't show up to practice, why would my coach put me in the game? We're going to lose the game, and then I'm going to have to run 1,000 yards, and it's going to be ridiculous. Nobody wants to do that. So in order to be the best version of yourself, you have to show up to practice. You have to show up and study. This is a phenomenal institution here. Study, and you will be rewarded because you reap what you sow. Now, point number 2, that was point number 2. So going to school, I'm a full advocate for education. I met my wife at college. I was so excited. I met her in a graduate class, and it truly became a situation where I was learning how to apply real-life situations in the classroom and outside of the classroom. Because I believe if you're not learning how to apply the knowledge inside the classroom to outside situations, you're honestly just taking up space. So you have to go to school with a purpose. And you just might find the love of your life. Kind of cool. So, point 3, which is probably the most important point. Find people, find friends that will hold you accountable. It's okay if you're alone. It's okay if you're in a season of loneliness. Unfortunately today, we have people who are walking around with invisible for sale signs around their neck. It's basically signifying that you are for sale for a like or a love on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, or whatever else you're going to use. You are for sale because you want somebody to sit with you in the lunchroom. You are for sale because you want somebody to like you. Honestly, back in my situations, I said, you know what? I got my family with me, but if I didn't have my family with me, I'm a smooth brother. You know what I'm saying? I know how to dress. I know how to talk. I don't know why they wouldn't want to be my friend. That's your loss. You're going to want to come to my shows anyway. And 9 times out of 10, they're showing up. And they'll show up for you. So do not be scared of sitting by yourself. Because in true loneliness, that's when you'll figure out where your real friends are. Let's think about it. When do the stars shine the brightest? During dark times. When do stars shine the brightest? During dark times. Stars are still seen in the daytime, but when you go through hard times, that's when friends are needed the most. Not when the money's flowing and the music is loud, all that great stuff. That's cool. But when you find people who hold you accountable, people who know your mom, your dad, they know the name of your goldfish, your dog, your cat, they know everybody. They know your grandmom. They know the things of you that you don't even know about you. Real friends bring the greatness out of you. And when you're in this stage of life, no matter if you're the CEO or you're just starting out, accountability is critical. Accountability is critical. So, When you're thinking about your purpose, think about yourself. When you're thinking about your purpose, think about your passion, because your passion is linked to your purpose. It's critical to know what you want to study. It's critical to be in that season of loneliness that will plant the seeds of your future for your family and generations to come. It's critical to go to school to study and learn and show yourself approved. It's critical to have people in your life that will hold you accountable, because you are the company you keep. My friends, and to my VIPs, the future leaders of this world, I believe that today is the last day you will hold on to the negative comments on whatever social media platform or whoever has said anything to you in person, and you'll grab forward, moving forward at all times on the hope of the promise that you've been promised. Each and every day you wake up, you are blessed. No matter what you go through, you are blessed. And as you walk in that each and every day, you'll be able to find your purpose. You'll be able to define your passion, no matter who gets in your way. When you see the doubts, you don't go around the doubt. You embrace it. You say, you know what? It's okay to not feel okay, but it's not okay to stay not okay. Don't go around the doubt. Go through it. Don't go around depression. Go through it. You have the power to do anything that you feel you are called to be or do. And the best part about this, people who find their purpose can help other people find theirs. True leadership is not about self-service or self-promotion. True leadership is about your service to others. What are you going to do to be the change you want to see in the world today? What are you going to do to help the person who needs assistance? And you know that if you go to school and you step into who you're called to be, you can help change the world. This platform is not about self-promotion. This platform is about service and love to others. You were not born by mistake. You were not born by mistake. You were born on purpose to be the change you want to see. And when you find your purpose, you can help others find theirs.